I'm James, welcome to the channel. And in today's video I want to share something with you based on my experience of fitting car seats into a 2011 Mercedes C-Class. So the first thing about a Mercedes C-Class is it is a good size family car, and all of the 2011 onwards cars have ISOFIX, and you will know that from these little material tabs that are on the seats, and then there are these little black covers here that you remove, and that exposes the ISOFIX mounting points. This one's always a little bit tricky. Out they come. So you end up with your two mounting points here. For the last 4 years I've been using a Maxi Cosi 2way fix, and initially a Maxi Cosi Pebble when my son and then my daughter was newborn, and then more recently moved them into 2way pearls. The first piece of advice I'd give anyone buying a car seat is always think about kind of what the material is like underneath. I've always used protectors. I've got a kick protector here so that when the children put their feet up, that protects the back of the seat, and I'm going to show you a protector I've used in here. But the Maxi Cosi system I really like because it splits in two. So let's have a quick look at the products before I put them into the car, show you how they fit. So these are the products we're talking about today. On the left hand side we've got the Maxi Cosi 2way fix seat base. This particular model enables a two-way pearl, the seat, to be both forward facing in later years and rear facing in the earlier years, which the previous base didn't allow for. The reason I really like this system is because it effectively, because it splits in two, it makes it much easier to install than a seat that's fully integrated, because that it's effectively half the weight in each case. And it's very simple. We've got this clamping arrangement on the base at the bottom here, and a release mechanism which kind of releases these catches. Let's get it. It's very cold today and my fingers are very stiff. I'll show you that in a minute. And then underneath the seat you've got your metal bars which interface with those clips, and that's how it fits together. And really what I wanted to do was not talk about the seat itself. Obviously there's lots of research out there, lots of information out there that you can research about which one's right for your child, but I wanted to explain how easy these are to fit into a car of this style. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the most important things I think is to make sure that you're covering your seat with a protector, particularly when you've got a seat colour like this. I've always used covers by a brand called Diono. Here's mine, and the reason I like this brand is because they have this cutout here in the base of the cover that enables the ISOFIX bars to go through. I've seen covers by other manufacturers where those cutouts aren't there and you end up squeezing the cover in the side, and it doesn't do the job of protecting the seats as well. Now, because I've removed this from the car recently, I know that I don't need to adjust this strap and it just fits over here, but it's simple. There's no complexity to it. It's just simply rests in place. And you've then got your base covered and your back covered, and there's a little pocket here for toys or oddments and that kind of thing. I've also got this one at the covering the back of this seat here, which is a kick protector. Again, really nice and simple fit, just around the headrest and around the base of the seat. So because it's just the base, it's nice and light. And the thing to make sure is do not be tempted to slide these out until it's actually in the seat proper, because if you do that, A, they're a bit pointy and you risk damaging your seat, and B, depending on how much space you've got, you might find you don't have enough room. Now, you've just heard it beep. This particular model has got a three-way system that tells you when your leg is correctly in place, when your ISOFIX bars are correctly in place, and when your seat is correctly in place. So let's do that now. So now it's here and in situ, we can then slide our yellow bars. So you slide that one in there, and you'll hear it click when it engages, like that. And then down here on the other side we do exactly the same. It is a little bit fiddly, particularly if your seats have never had ISOFIX or had never had car seats in them, because the leather's quite stiff and it needs to expand out to allow those bars through. But when you clip them two in, you get that beep. So that's saying that the ISOFIX is engaged correctly. It's a nice thing about the two-way fix. Then we adjust this leg, down to the ground, and you heard that beep as well. That means that's fully engaged, and that is now that seat base really nice and sturdy in the car, supported at the front with the leg, supported at the back with the ISOFIX. That is going nowhere. I always like to do a wiggle test though, just to be absolutely certain. And then the next piece, the easier bit really, is to fit the seat. So let's get that. Now, my daughter is 4, and so she is forward facing, so this is how we have the seat. And then I tend to put the straps together to enable it to be easy to lift. You put it in place, and then you just push down like that, and you get that third beep to say that's engaged properly. Let me just show you that again, because that happened quite quickly. So out it comes using that catch, and then you just put it in there, and then you just push down and get that beep. Now the benefit of the two-way fix is also that you can have it rear facing, and what I need to do is just move that seat forward and show you that. So having now given ourselves a little bit more room, I can show you the rear facing piece. So let's lift that out, and then you can have rear facing. And then there is also a tilt mechanism on this, which you will need when your daughter or son is rear facing. And there's a handle here which enables you to do this, so you can then tilt them, and then this seat can go back, and as you can see there's still a decent amount of room. Let's try that now. And I always like it that they're just touching at the back here, so that there's a little bit of support. And then where is it? There's the handle. To get it back to a front facing position, you just squeeze there, rotate the seat, and do that. You can recline it when it's forward facing, but it is then very reclined, although we are on a sloping driveway, so it's more reclined than normal. And there we go, that is a two-way fix from Maxi Cosi along with their two-way pearl. As I mentioned, I've had this 4 years, it's been fantastic, but a great product, and nice and easy to fit. I have had this seat in other cars as well. I tried an E-Class, that was a little bit bigger, but not perhaps as much bigger as you'd think. And I think if you are sub 6 foot, a Mercedes C-Class and this seat will be absolutely fine for you. I hope that's helpful. Do leave me any comments or suggestions, and I'll be back with some more videos on some of the other car seats in the family very soon. Thanks and goodbye.